Well, I never thought I'd make a video like this again. But welcome to Bryer's Music Showcase. I'm Bryer and welcome back to another video. And it has been a long time since I made another installment of this kind of, spin-off series. So this is kind of like favorite song each album, but this time it's worst song each album. It's basically the same concept, only I'm gonna name the worst song on every studio album. The first episode I did was Queen, and that was torture. So this one shouldn't be as torturous, but still, I love this band, and we are doing Genesis. So we have a fair bit of albums to go through. I'm just gonna name my least favorite song, and I'm not gonna give it like a dishonorable mention, because honestly, I don't see a point in that. But hopefully, if you remember this series, then please give it a like, subscribe if you are new, and in the comments below you can let me know why my choices suck, or hey, just name your least favorite song on each album. But should be interesting. Let's go ahead, let's just jump right into it. So naturally, of course, we are going to start with the debut from 1969, and really, an album like this, it's kind of tough to choose which one's the least favorite because I'm pretty lukewarm on this album already. There are some decent songs, but the majority of the songs I just find are kind of bland and a little boring. So really, there's many songs that could potentially be my least favorite, but as of right now, I'm going to go with the song One Day. It just kind of stands out the least out of all the other songs on here. And honestly, I don't even remember how it goes. So that tells you how little impact that song has on me. But that's going to be my pick for the debut, One Day. And then from this point onward, this is where it starts to get a bit more challenging because we're entering like the good stuff now. So we have Trespass from 1970. And I enjoy every song on here. But I got to name my least favorites. And even though I still enjoy it, my least favorite is going to be Dusk, yes. It's just the one song I feel it's not quite as epic sounding as the other songs. Dusk is kind of more laid back. It's very acoustic heavy. Has a nice vibe to it, which I dig. But compared with the other songs on the album, which there aren't many, there are only 6, I just feel Dusk is kind of the weakest out of them all, but still has some good moments. But we have Nursery Crime, the first with Phil Collins and Steve Hackett. And, you know, it's kind of like this is going to be kind of like it's not, I mean, then again, I do like the song too. I'm going to go with Harley Quinn as my least favorite song. Again, has some good elements to it, but again, it's the song I remember the least of. And it's just, there's just other songs I would just listen to more on its own. The only time I hear Harley Quinn is when I'm listening to the whole album from start to finish, but not really a drive to listen to it on its own, if that makes any sense. But you know, it's still solid. But then we get to, I guess, still my favorite Genesis album. Of course, we have Foxtrot, 1972 now. And really my least favorite, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of easy. It's kind of by default, but I gotta go with Horizons. You know, it's a very short kind of instrumental track. You know, it's very pretty. Like, it's Steve Hackett on acoustic guitar, and it's very pretty sounding, and I like it. But again, am I ever going to listen to that song on its own? Probably not, unless I'm listening to the whole album from start to finish. And it is a nice kind of segue into Supper's Ready, but that's really its only purpose, to me at least. But yeah, I'll go with Horizons as my least favorite. And then we have Selling by the Pound. Again, another one that's kind of by default is going to be the instrumental track After the Ordeal, which, you know, again, if you've been following my channel, generally instrumental tracks are going to be my least favorite. Because, again, the majority of this album has vocals, and when you have an instrumental track, it's kind of like, cool, when does the voice come in, you know? But still, it's still a nice instrumental, but still not really something I will listen to on its own. And then after that, we have the epic album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. A lot of songs. But I think my least favorite is pretty easy to figure out. It's going to be yet another instrumental track. It's going to be The Waiting Room. Again, in the grand scheme of things, it's good, but just on its own, nothing I would ever listen to again. But again, it's not bad. And really, a lot of these, the kind of a common theme with a lot of these Peter Gabriel albums, even my least favorite songs, they're good, but it's just not my thing. It's just that when you take it out of the context of the album, it doesn't really stand up on its own. But again, that's just my opinion. But again, and once again, very similar thing when it comes to the next album, Trick of the Tail. It's going to be Losendos is my least favorite. It's a great jazz fusion instrumental track. But compared to the other songs, this is just the song that ends up at the bottom. Which, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's good. Again, I'm saying it's good. So yeah, people will probably still be mad at me. But that's really the fun thing about this video, huh? But anyway, moving on. Wind and Wuthering. Gonna be another instrumental. And I could go either or on certain ones. It's either between Unquiet Slumbers for the Sleepers or In That Quiet Earth. For right now, I'm going to go with Unquiet Slumbers because I think comparatively of those two, I think In the Quiet Earth is a bit more engaging to me. If I remember correctly, Unquiet Slumbers is a bit more somber, kind of more low-key. Hence why not really something I would listen to on its own, but still decent. It's okay. Then we have, and then there were three, which is one of those albums I'm kind of lukewarm. I do like it, but it's not like a top tier album from them to me. My least favorite is gonna be Say It's All Right, Joe. It's not the worst song I've heard from them, but it's just the song I tend to not really enjoy as much. Then we go to Duke, and again, kind of a easy shot here, but guide vocal, which, you know, it's part of like a little medley, which it makes sense in context, but it's separate here, so, and it's very short. It's like less than 2 minutes, and yeah, it's kind of like, it's fine on its own, but it's kind of really is meant to be part of one whole. But you know, it is what it is. Abocab. It's kind of hard to choose a least favorite because I actually don't mind any of this. I actually don't mind any of the songs. Like, there's no song on here that I don't like. But you know, I guess I'll probably have to go with Another Record. It's an okay closer, but it's always one of those Genesis songs I don't really think of too much. It's kind of there, but it's still okay. Don't have a lot of negative things to say about it. But this next one, yeah. I know some of my friends are big into this song, but this is actually one of my least favorite Genesis songs ever. Illegal Alien off the self-titled album. I just think it's I don't think it aged well to me, and just the fact that they're putting on fake Mexican accents, I just think it's it sounds terrible to me. I just don't think it sounds really good, and I don't like the production on it either. I just think it's rather annoying. Yeah, it's kind of, I know there's people that might disagree because I know it does have a good chunk of fans, but yeah, I am not one of them. Like, it's, like I said, it's one of my least favorite Genesis songs ever. One of the worst in my opinion. But now we get to an album I love, and I know a lot of Genesis fans love it too. We got Invisible Touch, and another one of the examples where I enjoy every single song, even the instrumental. And shockingly, I am not going to go with the instrumental as my least favorite because I actually think it's a good instrumental that I actually listen to quite frequently on its own. Shout out to the Brazilian. I liked it. Like you. Did a good job on that one. So, for a least favorite, this is probably the hardest one, honestly, because, again, every song here I enjoy a lot. But I gotta choose one, and it might be a shock to some, but I'm going to go with Tonight, Tonight, Tonight as my least favorite. I know, I'm shocked too, but comparatively of all the songs here, that's the song I listen to the least, but I still love it. Okay, we have We Can't Dance next, and my least favorite song is going to be Dream While You Sleep. Decent song, kind of a slow moving song. Doesn't really stand out to me than the rest. It's kind of one of the more slightly longer tracks here, if I remember correctly, but it's fine. But you know, it's kind of just somewhere in the middle. It's where the kind of album kind of plateaus for me, but still okay. And yeah, we finish off with yeah, Calling All Stations. I'm not a fan of this album. And least favorite song, there's really many options I can go with, but I'll go with Uncertain Weather. Of all the songs on here, that's the song I can't remember. It's just boring. It's very just unmemorable, uninspired, and it's just not that good. It's just a song that's just there. I don't know which song I prefer more, Illegal Alien or Uncertain Weather, because this is just boring. I got nothing else to say about it. But there you have it. That's my least favorite song on each Genesis album. Alright, so I'll be honest. This was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Queen, that was torture to do because, as you know, I love Queen. It's hard for me to talk bad about them. And honestly, it's kind of messed up of me saying this, but I actually didn't mind talking about the low points of Genesis. I know it sounds messed up, but you know, I love Genesis. I love them to death. But of course, Queen just have that certain spunk about that I just adore. Genesis, I love them, but you know, I can freely talk about their low points. But that being said, I will say, especially in the 70s albums, especially those early 70s albums, especially the ones with Peter Gabriel and the first two with Phil Collins, like even my least favorite song, I still think are technically still strong. Even the instrumental tracks, even though I prefer songs with vocals, the instrumentals are still played extremely well. And I can totally understand why some people will rank those higher than me. But again, that's just how I usually go about, because I'm hit or miss with instrumental tracks. But you know, the 80s and even a little bit of the 90s stuff, like even those songs, even though I don't think they're as strong as previous stuff, there's good moments in them, aside from Calling All Station. But yeah, that's just something I kind of picked up while doing this exercise. But I had fun doing this, and hopefully you did too. In the comments below, you can let me know your least favorite song on each of these albums, or you can make fun of how bad my choices were. We'll see, but if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let me know who you want to see next. It should be interesting where I go from here if I do bring this series back. If you want to support the channel, please go check out my Patreon page for exclusive content, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye for now.